Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another competitive element event. This is some solo scrims, and I am back with my friend Man of Class. How you doing today, boss?
I'm doing great. There's a lot of words been thrown around here before the stream, but we're not going to repeat them right now because we're boomers. We don't do that.
Man of Class, he already has that legendary Shadow Step, and we know the work he can do with that. There's a bot. Speary with the assassination.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Speary going forward, the next Exile, just straight away after, just keep getting the third parties up. And I think Spear is recognized, you know what? I get in so many third parties, might as well keep running that scavenging because I keep getting health and armor back that way. And it's getting some scrolls on it too, so it's a great position for them to fight from. And with that ambidextrous still, with the Spell Slinger, this guy is unstoppable. Speary is just so good with switching these and know exactly about the timings because that's really what this build is all about. It's not about it's about unlocking the potential power level of it because you have all these sorceries, all these different types of skills and abilities to your disposal, but if you don't use them or if you don't know when to use which one, then it's a fairly weak build because you never get the full potential out of anything. But using all of this in tandem, using it all together, making sure you have those sorceries ready, making sure you have those skills and use them in your advantage, that's exactly what Speary's really good at. That's why this build works for him.
That shockwave just barely missed on the front target. Now Speary just switching the angle up. One more fireball should do it if he can connect. It gets blocked by the tree now. Speary TTV taking a lot of damage from this low ground position. The opponent conduit is just drilling him with shots, and Speary needs one more to make it work. Connects
Oh.
onto Catchin. Such a close 1v1 fight, but Speary TTV lands the clutch fireball to end that engagement.
And now we're going back to Cozy, running a very similar build with the Fortitude, obviously, recovery, and the runic fluency. So plenty of mobility, plenty of utility, and plenty of damage output. Now we can see if they can put that to use. Got only one exile on the board so far, but is running through this circle like they have nothing to worry about. Of course, they don't really have anything to worry about. They're just looking for an opponent right now that does have the high ground, and that might be worrying to some. But if you have that fortitude, you have the ability to just jump in their face and take a little bit of damage, and then keep on doing your own damage. But has taken that little bit of a pot shot from that fireball, that nice side damage. Cozy going in for the well, maybe trying to go in for the kill. At least goes in for the follow-up on that Firewall Toxic where the player tried to hide behind it. And now it's going to be Icelands and Toxic Ray Central. Beautiful mid-air shot hit by Barkozy. And goes for another one. Gets Gatelick out of there. No Featherfall Pyro win today. At least not in this game. You have to come back after halftime to try that one out. And Cozy is going to go for the second exile. 10 players in the lobby. And the circle's closing.
Yeah, nice shots from Cozy right there, staying calm in the moment to land those final ice snipes. Now we see Extastio with a beautiful direct shot of his own, chasing down this opponent, but the shockwave gets blocked, and now he's going to have to try to make this work through the sorceries. Extastio gets blown up by the DF. Multiple players are involved in this fight. I think Extastio making the executive decision to just get out of dodge. 10 people left in the game, and Extastio is still going to be focused. This opponent is not letting him get away with it too easily, but Extastio dealing some good response damage. Flaming Dwagon says, forget about it. Give me that kill. Make it single digits players remaining. And 6 boulders with 7 firewalls for Flaming Dwagon. Man of Class. Somebody is going to get one shot here. Now we see Speary TTV looking for the fight directly. Misses that crucial fireball, but connects on the backside. Now looking to execute this final kill. Nice flicks onto Guard Jin. The scavenging proc will give Speary some resources, but he has to deal with a full 1v1. Not a problem for him as he lays out the burst. Looking to switch gauntlets now as he tries to get this final angle. His cooldown for the tornado came up off of downtime, but Flaming Dwagon gets his window of opportunity and blows him up.
Cozy, though, is going to try. I think they have been running into Kyanite right now. And whoa, that's a beautiful Icelands that already hit, so Cozy can go in for the kill. Has already done a lot of burst there. Now is looking to not die to anything in terms of the Toxic Clouds. Vanishing Mist activate, but probably has also activated for their opponents. And now Cozy was on the high ground, not anymore. Cozy having some high ground problems today. We already saw it earlier on against Flaming Dwagon, and is now in a position where oh no, they have to start hitting some shots. Cozy, though, doesn't miss those snipes. Those mid-air snipes are super easy to hit when you get the momentum down at that range. And Cozy's had plenty of hours to get that one in the muscle memory. No Ace now. It's in a bit of a hot spot with all those fireballs flying left, right, and center, but is doing plenty of damage back. And now, I think it's their opponent that's actually between Cozy and No Ace. That's definitely being between and Iceland's in a hot place, but No Ace has taken out Flying Pie as the latest. Only 4 other players next to No Ace in this lobby, and the Dust Bowl finish on that border with Halcyon is super tricky to work with for most classes. There's a lot of different geometry around here, so this is really anyone's game.
He was literally pixels away from landing that frost shot onto the low HP Speary in the corner. Or sorry, not Speary, but another player with that Tempest skin, just barely missing, and nonetheless, Noise will get a full reset, so it's not the end of the world. Cozy takes out Kyanite as we see the result of that fight. He's on the backside on the low ground, 3 people left in the game. This is the Toxicologist build we've been talking about for weeks now as Cozy looks to make his angle. Gets 1 Outbreak slap, but eats more damage than it was worth. His opponent will not let this one slide just so easily. Cozy has to go through the roof now, looking for another Outbreak slap, but look at the movement, keeping himself alive and ready as he bounces through all of these available clouds. This is the power of that extra knowledge potion that he had ready in the pocket. Turned it right before the fight here, and that allowed him to get the extra clouds off. You see that he still has 2 charges of his Frost Sorcery available as well. We'll see if he can make advantage of that, but it's not exactly the easiest to double stack in a late game 1v1. Cozy now moving over, does avoid all the damage incoming from his opponent, looks for that Frost Snipe, but just barely misses once again. It looks like his calibration is just slightly off on these snipes, MLC, as we bounce over to No Ace.
Yeah, every now and then you just hit one or you don't hit one, but No Ace is now he's been hitting shots the entire game so far. Is now looking forced to hit some more of the last few players alive. Only 2 others, and as Cozy takes down Kyanite, which is maybe a long time coming. But No Ace now gets attacked as well, has been able to heal up some armor, so it's in a bit of a better spot. I don't know if they saw this other player that I think is behind that rock behind them. No Ace now in a position where they can get third party from two different places. That is where Cozy was hiding with that fortitude and the and the Shadow Step. Actually, No Ace gets shot from the back while being frozen by Cozy. Beautiful flash freeze coming out from them. And No Ace now is looking for an angle, looking for a place to hide and maybe heal. But they definitely want to get a track on where both of his opponents are right now. No Ace, gets to actually heal up. No, there's a boulder coming their way, but it doesn't hit them. No Ace hits that first pot. Hits the second pot. Might get the third one. Taking a lot of health damage, though. No Ace, that might not have been worth it for the amount of damage you took. The recovery does proc, so No Ace is sort of fine right now, but it doesn't have that much space to work with in terms of taking heal potions. They've given up the high ground. Has given up any form of cover. No Ace is just there, standing behind a firewall, trying to get the heals back up, and it's finally working out, but it's still getting chased down here by this player on the high ground. I think that is it's definitely not Cozy, because they're not running a pyro. That's I forgot who that is actually. That's Flaming Dragon. Of course it's Flaming Dragon. Who else could it be? But the dragon spewing fire from the tower. And No Ace is going to be, this is so much trouble. It's going to get taken up by Cozy finally. But they were in such a bad place over there. Cozy now also not having that much health. They're trading out, but Cozy is so much lower right now. The Dragonfire doesn't need to proc for Cozy for it to be in trouble. And Cozy is just trying to get that snipe, trying to get the outbreak shot off, but it's not happening right now. Going for that snipe, going for the spray, actually gets quite a bit of damage on Flaming Dragon. This might be closer after all. This could be down to just one good shot, especially with that Dragonfire coming out. But Flaming Dragon hits the mid-air fireball, gets the game win, and that's Flaming Dragon up, I think, 2 games again.
We see G3 Megaverse coming in for this game. Always exciting to see him. He takes down Joshua very quickly. So we see No Ace also in a bit of an engagement. Gadlik takes down Wonderful. And we are off to a very hot start in Game 5.
Yeah, they've been hot games so far anyways. It's been quite a few later circles that are just empty. Gatelic again gets exiled, unfortunately. It was probably a third party after that kill on their Wonderful, so cannot, unfortunately, can still not give us that win with the Featherfall Pyro. It's been the talk of the night today, the talk of the Twitch chat, that it's not happening right now. World's fastest dad, and they just to burn themselves a little bit too hard, unfortunately. And meanwhile, Megaverse is just raining down boulders on the opponent right here up in this mountain area.
He already has those knowledge potions as well, so Megaverse off to a nice start, gets a kill into Daemond. That is 2 for him. And also, as we're seeing in the chat, Megaverse is not running recovery. He actually said so before he joined in the game, saying that he wants to try out this new build with the Recklessness. So it's going to be interesting to see what Megaverse can pull out with that.
Megaverse, though, using their aerial mobility, which they're so known for with that Stone Shepherd class, to a high degree, just chase down this player. Firewall after Stone, after Boulder Fall, after Shockwave, after Fireball. It just comes all the way around. and Megaverse is just dragon firing this player up. You're not going to get away from Megaverse that easily. And Brymer just basically gave up at that one. I mean, they did fire a little bit back, but that was not a fight. That was more of a hunt.
Yeah, what a play by Megaverse. You guys all watched him just let the player come to him. He waited for the invis to come out, and then he just laid out his burst so quickly, taking down Brymer very, very efficiently. That's his third kill of the game.
Now we're going over to No Ace, who is in a fight with a player already used the firewall, but is going to be doing a lot more damage, and that's a third-party situation. No Ace looking for a position to stay a bit away from that fight, to not be one that's being focused down by the other two, and the Firefly is going to definitely help with that. It's going to be all the way across the map. It's being chased down by one player at least, who's able to lay in 2 fireballs straight away. That's not going to be as easy. You don't just sneak up on the No Ace. No Ace sneaks up on you, and that's a flick and a few air shots to take down Kai Knight.
Yeah, beautiful play from No Ace right there. You saw him track down the Tempest player, landing some crucial direct shots. I know a lot of people like to meme about the combust on Pyro, but there was no combust involved in those direct shots. No Ace getting a nice exile to make that his third of the game. Also in the chat, we got Chaos NY cheering on his teammate Megaverse. Now we're watching Kamsky see what he can do. Got those knowledge potions in the pocket. Kamsky definitely known for his movement, and now he's rocking Tempest to make that movement even more potent. Throws down that quick updraft, gets himself up there, now taking his high ground, waiting for them to approach him. Looking to assassinate, jumps onto the target, hits a nice quick flick, and turns the damage as well. Knows he has to trade openly, hits another beautiful fireball, and Kamsky is just on one right now as he looks to finish off this kill.
Yeah, it was maybe not as warmed up for the last game, but definitely coming to play this time around. Took 2 excess on the board, 16 players in the lobby.
But we'll see Darkbreakers now keep this follow up. And as you called it, now No Ace is going to walk into another player. This will break down into a 1v1v1 situation, but Darkbreakers is not afraid, running face first, getting the outbreak again. That is a robot as Super Mope goes down. Darkbreakers does get the credit for that one. Kamsky kills Hyde-New, and Flaming Dragon takes down 2 players in a row to make it 5 left in Game 5.
And this zone is still humongous. Like it's impossible to find anybody. Like the Darkbreaker still has No Ace on him. That's about as close as he's gonna get with 3 other players.
We got Kamsky just chilling, sitting down here, waiting for the fight to come to him. He is rocking that Spell Slinger build with the Tempest, not going for the full Speary build with the Ambidextrous, instead rocking the Recovery. So he just has those extra gauntlets, no extra passive. Kamsky, though, throwing out a couple shots, does eat a bit of Toxic, and that Corrosion will stick. His opponent does have eyes on him. He's going to make the move, but Kamsky just avoids that boulder with the line of sight, and now is going to just pick the fight completely straight up. Takes that Tempest passive to bounce him up a little bit higher. He does have updraft available too. Just barely gets out of the way of the shockwave, spots out the other player, and hits him with a quick knife. Kamsky with a nice movement through the window. Such a pleasure to watch this guy play as he tries to make some quick shots through the window even further. Doesn't quite get that one to go, but man of class. Kamsky's playing well as we get into Game 5.
Through the window, through the wall. That's exactly how Kamsky's playing right now on Pyro. Is getting the shots off. Now has the free Iceland shots on the duel that's going on in the distance. No threat on their own health. Has plenty left in the bank as well in terms of potions. And Flaming Dragon gets taken out by Darkbreakers. This is going to be the Kamsky Darkbreakers 1v1. And Darkbreakers hasn't won a game just yet tonight. They want to get one. They want to get one on the board. But so does Kamsky. They've just been coming in after halftime. They're trying to get that first win on the board as well. So the exiles might be high for both of them. But who's going to get that final one that really makes it count for the victory? Zone is closing in. It's going to be, well, still hasn't really closed from that last one. But it's going to be a fairly interesting finish in terms of map geometry. And we still have Kamsky probably hiding in that building over there. I don't know if the Darkbreakers actually knows where Kamsky is. I think he might have spotted him out. Oh, there is Kamsky coming straight up from that high ground. Darkbreakers trying to get back on that ridge. It already takes quite a bit of damage from Kamsky to just recognize that position straight away. This ridge is where Darkbreakers wants to hold. As both the Toxicologist and that Still on the offhand in order to make that work, in order to keep that going. But that's some nice Tempest movement coming out there for Kamsky. I think he's definitely running the Spell Slinger because he was running more of them. I think Ambidextrous as well on it. No, just a Spell Slinger, but for that reason with the Tempest does have the ability to do both burst and long range and close range. He can fight with those Ice Lances, which that's not a luxury Darkbreakers has. Darkbreakers has to close this distance in order to be able to do actual proper damage, while Kamsky can just kite around, run away, have fun with the Tempest, and then just shoot Ice Lances and Fireballs at will.
We also know that Kamsky is definitely capable of hitting some insane ice shots that you saw just opening right there. So he is very fine with just playing this one out like we see now, but Kamsky just getting jumped on. Does have dash off cooldown. That Tempest passive comes up soon for the updraft. See if he can get the jump snipe. Would have been a clean one off the top, but Kamsky has a bit of space to pot up. You have to assume his opponent is doing the same, trying to shoot through the trees, a little bit blind there, but Kamsky just keeps peppering in these frost snipes. One of these to land will give him that window to finish this game, but so far Kamsky's still playing patient, uses that quick Tempest passive, knows that the Toxicologist is coming to him, but he avoids all damage. This is such a close 1v1. Both players have just traded evenly and potted up appropriately. We'll see if they can now finally make a big push, but it looks like they're just experimenting with their mechanics. As you see the dashes come out from Darkbreakers, the quick flick, the 72, that is a spectator bug. As we see Kamsky still, though, dealing some deletion. Low, but Darkbreakers needs one more to take it. Kamsky gets away, gets another angle, but misses crucially. Dash will come off cooldown, but Darkbreakers is applying that pressure, and he finishes the kill with some conviction. Nice play from Darkbreakers. That was an extremely extended 1v1. 2 different resets occurred throughout that fight, but Darkbreakers did a really good job of keeping the track on Kamsky. I know that it looks different when you're watching it from the players' perspectives, but it is very difficult to keep yourself locked in on a target that's moving just like Kamsky was doing.